You got an old steam engine, didn't you?
No, I got rid of it ages ago. Yeah, I flogged it. You know me.
Yeah. There's a steamboat.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So some photos in it? Yeah. Okay, you're in charge of that camera.
See these in here that are going round, these balls, they're the ones that I call the governors. So if that goes too fast, they open up, right, and they cut the steam down, so it then slows it down again.
So the same as the other?
Same as the other one, that's right, yeah, you got it, yeah. Don't touch, no.
Huh?
That's
Is that a steam one?
It is a steam one, yeah.
Yeah.
Boilers in there.
Look at that though.
The inside's over there.
You make it yourself? You don't? No.
No, this was made by an engineer on HMS Javelin during the war, or the end of the war.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
From
Blimey.
bits on the boat, on the ship.
Was it? Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Oh, lovely. Yeah. I went up to Liverpool many years ago, and up in Liverpool they had the little Chinese steam engines there, which someone had made out of a bolt.
Really?
Yeah, it was a fairly big bolt at the time, but that was made out of that. Yeah. Lovely, isn't it?
Do a bit of TLC to it and
Yeah.
the rigging and things, and that's why it's so...
Have you had it steamed up at all? Or?
No, my grandfather used to have it steamed up.
Did he? Yeah.
My aunt and father knew it running,
Yeah.
but I've never seen it.
No.
Apparently it was given to him, given to my grandfather.
Was it really? Yeah.
But as he was a farmer, I'm
Yeah.
presuming that at the end of the war it was traded for a cow
Oh, no.
or something in the rations, you know?
Yeah, well, I can understand that. A pint of milk or a loaf of bread or a bit of cheese or something, yeah.
Quite a lot of that going
Yeah,
on.
I bet, yeah.
Especially with the farmer, you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Yeah.
Original barn find condition, nothing done to it.
Yeah. Will it still float? Is it still waterproof?
I don't know.
You don't know, yeah?
I don't know.
You would put it in the bath, though?
No. There's a chap in the boats bit over there. He said he would restore the engine.
Yeah.
So at least the engine would go.
Oh, nice,
Find someone who can
Yeah.
do a bit more to it for me.
Right, yeah. You got any machinery yourself?
No, nothing. I don't do anything like this. It's just inherited and...
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. Well, funny enough, I'm an engineer, but I would never attempt to build anything like this. You know, no. I mean, not being big-headed, but I could do, but I just wouldn't want to. Just too time-consuming. I wouldn't have the patience to do it. No. I've got the machinery, lathes and milling machine, but I just wouldn't have the machinery, I'm afraid. No, it's lovely to see.
The time that goes into these things, unbelievable.
I know, yeah, very much so, yeah.
Labour of love.
No, it is, yeah. Oh, lovely. But nice to talk to you.
Yeah, you too.
Oh, great, thank you.
I know, is that? I know, it's smart, isn't it?
Yeah, just set it in the front.
Yeah. Such a thing.
Over lace factory in Nottingham, 7 floors of lace making machinery. So there was no way the engine driver could see what was happening upstairs, and they didn't have all the rooms going, none of the rooms or any combination, so that loads of the engines, infinite big areas. A chap called George Corliss in America realised that what we needed to do is to control the action of steam by time rather than by movement. And he invented his famous Corliss valve. I think the Americans here, aren't they? You know how lovely and quiet the British slide valve engine are. Americans, of course, are a little bit more noisy. But Colin's going to start this one now, and you'll hear it has a lovely rhythm.
There goes.
There you go, see?
Yeah, Phoenix up. Can you hear the valves working? That's the valves that make it go backwards and forwards. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See the governor up there, look, going round, Phoenix? Yeah, going round. The faster that goes, the more that swing out, you see? Yeah, yeah. There, go. There, shame's gone out.
Yeah.
And you watch those, you'll see those slow down a minute and close up as you slow the engine down, and that will turn the steam off then.
Right now.
See that arm going up, look? See it?
If you squeeze around this side, you will be able to see the actual valve working. You normally have the big door open, it's so hard and wet and cold.
See it speeding up, Phoenix? If you watch that arm there, that'll start to move up in a minute. Past that goal, you watch. Oh. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm 40 times a square inch of it. Look at that, look.
Can you see what, if you stand here, you can see what
Look,
inside the
come here this way, look, see the tubes there? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll lift you up. Look.
all the tubes that you see the fire at the back. And if I had that blower on now, it would singe your hair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, take you out, mate.
Yeah,
Your
even,
dad wouldn't have to shave for a few weeks.
No.
no.
Look at them, look.
No.
So where, see those tubes, that's where the flames come through. And around the tubes, inside is all where the hot water is.
Yeah.
And those two grills in there, and stop the spark, those bits there that come out.
Yeah, yeah.
So you don't want them coming out up the chimney.
Oh, no.
I mean, that doesn't matter today.
Yeah. Good enough.
We'll stick the blower back on. You want to try to stick the blower on.
Look at that look, watch. Look at that look.
That's suck all up.
Good, isn't it?
You see the wood
Yeah.
at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the wood, look.
You have to keep putting that in there.
Get through all that quick, don't it?
Yeah, we'll try and all that up. That's another one. You know, trying to keep it in here so we don't,
So don't get wet. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice,
lovely.
thank you.
Yeah.
just get the water out of that. Because all the rain in that just fills it up.
There you go.
Give that
Yeah,
ball, mate.
go up, Paul. Good, give it, good big Paul. Do it again, one more. That's it.
I know. That's smart.
He's now got to fill the boiler up now, look.
Yeah.
They got no whistles.
Yeah, that one come from the hospital.
That's it, yeah. St Andrews, I used to work there. Yeah, I used to work there.
And this one come from Clay's, the other little one.
Oh, down at Beckles. Yeah.
Bungie.
Oh, Bungie, yeah. Yeah, go on then.
How do you pull that one? Well, I can pull your own pump over here.
Cool.
Thank you. Come this side. Come out of the way, mate.
Oh, lovely. Bless your heart. Thanks so much. Yeah.
Do you want to head back indoors now?
Yeah.
Okay, what you're seeing here is a beam engine. You can tell it's a beam engine because if you look up towards the ceiling, you'll see a great big rocking beam that's going to be doing this. Colin here is firing. You can see while your station's in here, we get a lot of exercise. We don't go down to the gym, we just come and fire a stick. With this one, you see, you've not got the top there centre yet, and it will not start, so it's just past the single cylinder beam engine came from a waterworks in Western Staffordshire. It used to supply all the water for Tower.
Go in a minute. I'll start in a minute. Finish you watch. As soon as that bit gets round that way.
Until 1964. 1879, right to 1964, pumping water for Tower. They eventually changed over to electric pumps, and we haven't actually managed to get this all together yet. Hopefully, I'm working some magic.
There you go. See the beam at the top, Phoenix, going up and down? Yep. Look at that, lovely.
Once you've got one rotation, there's another rotation and a drive to get it past. Now you see the cylinder on this end is standing first, the horizontal one. It's exactly the same idea. You put the cylinder on the
Alright.
speed of the engine. And that pumped water for a little waterworks in Yorkshire. And we were given it by Anglian Water when they no longer wanted it. It arrived, but by that time we'd actually built this building, so we had to make a hole in the roof, that sort of quadrilateral shaped thing there, and the whole engine was lifted in on its end in bits. We had a very good crane driver that day. What you soon begin to realise when you start collecting these sort of things, it doesn't, once something gets more than you can actually lift it up by hand, it doesn't really matter whether it's 5 tonnes or 20 tonnes. What you need is a good crane driver, somebody who gets the thing down really gently. I've still got all my fingers, 50 years of engine rebuilding, not lost any yet. largely due to the skill of the crane driver. When we put this one in, the crane was out in the yard, down past where the boiler house is. We had somebody on some scaffolding on the outside of the building. I was inside with my team, and we managed to get this engine just in all on its bits. There's some nice pictures there on the wall of showing it come in. Some people ask me, I didn't realise that steam engines were built of wood, because they see the wooden slats on the outside and think, that's the steam cylinder, is it? But of course there's a cast iron cylinder inside that. The wooden slats are literally to hold in the insulation to try and maintain the heat losses, which of course on steam engines is huge. Yes, exactly the same. Yeah, there's a little connection pipe round the back there which you go down to the coffee room, and there was this enormous parcel. It was all the blueprints for this engine, and in it there was a little note written in pencil from a chap called Dick Edlin, who was the chief draftsman at Worthington Simpson, that simply said, "This engine's about to be scrapped. If you're quick, you might get it." So I beetled down to Dover the next available weekend off, which wasn't many at Great Ormond Street. They worked just really hard then. And I saw this engine running, and I thought, my goodness, we've got to have this one. It's absolutely beautiful. So up until then, all the engines have been donated for nothing, but they said, we can't give you this one, it's too heavy. You'll have to pay scrap price for it. So I thought, oh gosh, this is going to be a lot. £1,800. Okay, well I didn't have £1,800, so I said, can I buy it on the HP? And they said, yes, you can. £18 a month. You can do the maths, can't you? It was many, many months. So I had secured the Dover engine. They then changed over to electric pumps, 6 automatic electric pumps, a bit like that blue one there, but a lot bigger. So the whole station then was closed down, all the staff lost their job. It's funny you contacted us because we want to see this engine saved. Why? Because it's the last big steam engine to go into British industry. The reason why it was the last one to go into British industry, the first one was put in 1937, but then the war came. This engine remained in Europe all through the war and wasn't installed in Dover Waterworks until 1954. So hence, it's the last big steam engine to go into industry. So he said, we will help you. Oh, great. 32 lorry loads of bits came through the Dartford tunnel and dumped in my long-suffering father's garden. They had just retired the fitter, John Graveney, who had installed the engine in 1954, and he said, well, I'll go down, stay in a bed and breakfast, and I'll supervise the dismantling of the engine for you. So that was great. And then the 8 guys who actually looked after the steam engines, they were sitting around in their boys' shed, they were drinking cups of coffee, telling silly stories for their 3 months redundancy. And they said, well, look, rather than do that, why don't we dismantle the engine for you? Because we want to see it saved as well. So what was a total disaster ended up as a feasible project, and the whole engine was brought up here over several months. And the only other person that caused problems was my bank manager, and he said, I'm not going to support your crazy steam engine ventures anymore. Either get rid of your steam engines or go and earn some money somewhere. Well, you can imagine that was a difficult choice, but I chose the steam engine. So I interrupted my NHS career, got a job in an American hospital in Saudi Arabia, which in those days would pay very well, especially if you only came back to England for 60 days a year. You could get the whole salary tax-free. So that's how we paid for this project. Dad sent me away, and they said, I'll let you know when all the bills are paid. 3 years later, 3 years in Saudi Arabia, I was able to come home, all the bills were paid, and I restarted my NHS career. And ended up at King's Lynn Hospital, working there for many years. So that's how we got it. How many years did it take to rebuild it? 23. Tony here, who's going to start running it for us shortly, he came to our very first steam up, and he very rashly said at the end of the steam up, oh, I'd like to come and help you here. He spent the next 23 years working on this engine with a team of other people as well. And I always think of this as Tony's engine. So Tony, would you like to start your engine? Now this engine is definitely too heavy to pull out of my hands. It has a little steam engine to get it rotating, which is what you're hearing now. Then Tony will put main steam on the engine and she should go. So there we go. It's a 3-cylinder engine. You can't see the three separate cylinders because it's a modern way of doing engines. They close everything into the steel cladding to make it look neat and tidy. But behind there are three separate cylinders. Each one's getting bigger as the steam traverses along. And this had a two-stage lift. The first part of the lift of water was from the well to engine floor level, and that was done by another three-throw crankshaft which was connected to the end of just past the flywheel there. Unfortunately, we didn't get that because that was all cut out while they were installing the new electric pumps to replace the steam engine, so we did get that. And then the water was then pumped with ram pumps through the black rods on each of the crossheads. That was pushing water up to the reservoir behind the overcast. And this would be its working speed, quite slow, 25 revs a minute, day in, day out.